look at that. First thing off the bat. There's the sapphire right there. It's a pretty good one too.
So many beautiful rocks. So we're off to Philipsburg, where we're going to stop at Gem Mountain. Gem Mountain is the retail store for the sapphire mine, where I've gotten gravel for, gotten numerous bags of gravel and lots of nice sapphires out of the thing. So come along, let's see what we find. Philipsburg is a hopping place. I was just in Gem Mountain and they are so busy. Bought a couple bags of gravel. Hey everybody, it's Kate from KatyDid. We are at the Flint Creek campground near Philipsburg in the Pintler Scenic Byway. We stopped because there's a creek here and we're near where they mine sapphires. I was told by the people at the sapphire place that there probably isn't any public land that has sapphires in it, but I have a sapphire screen and it's called Flint Creek, so maybe there's some flint there, although my husband, who has been along with me, said that we didn't find any petrified forest and we didn't find any garnets, so he's very suspicious about a place called Flint Creek. Anyway, come along, let's see what we find. Watch, this is going to be like 6 feet deep. Oh. This is not the recommended method. Most people have shovels and, you know, things like that. Kind of thinking we probably aren't going to find sapphires in this gravel because it looks like a different kind of gravel than the stuff that I've been getting from the Gem Mountain, which is the sapphire store. Sapphires are heavier than other rocks, and so generally they sink to the bottom when they're there. But this, like I said, this doesn't look at all like the gravel that I'm used to looking for sapphires. If we get rid of this one. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I'm in kind of the middle of the stream now, where maybe some of the other stuff, some stuff comes down that's not just the red rocks, and we're gonna see what we can find. I have very little faith that we're gonna find anything of import, but it's still fun to dig around in the stream and find rocks and gravel and cool stuff. So this is the bag of sapphire gravel, and I'm going to just do 1 or 2 screens and see if we can find some sapphires in the gravel so I can show you what they look like, and screen them in the cool mountain stream, which is going to be fun.
Really fun.
So this sapphire gravel comes straight from the mine. It is unwashed, unsorted. It only is just the gravel, just as they find it in the gravel beds that they have there in the placer mine. Yeah, you can see that this gravel doesn't look anything like the stuff that I was washing off earlier. There's a lot of the bigger stuff, and that's usually just waste rock. This green rock is really interesting to me. It's not a sapphire, but I think it's cool. So what we're going to do, now that we've screened and washed, is oh, look at that. First thing off the bat. There's the sapphire right there. It's a pretty good one too. So you can see these bags are $40 a piece, and they all have sapphires in them. looking for is just kind of glassy. That green one just knocks me off my rocker. They look like glass. They're blue or green, sometimes pink. Look at this one.
That one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not.
It is though.
It's clear.
It's not. It's green. Sometimes the sapphires come in lots of different colors, and green is one of them.
Here's a couple. Two right together.
These kind of wrinkly black things.
Yeah.
These are overcooked garnets. So they're garnets that got baked.
Really fun.
Well, we may not have dug it ourselves, but we found some sapphires. I'm pretty happy. If you're enjoying this video, please be sure to click the subscribe button. If you ring the bell, you'll get notified every time I release new material. Likes, clicks, comments, and shares all help this channel grow. So I brought my bags of gravel home, mostly, even though it was quite nice washing them off in the stream. And I'm gonna try to see if I can find any more of the beautiful sapphires in my backyard. You can see that I'm just hosing it off rather than doing the official shaking in the water. It works just as well. One thing I've done before, and I probably should do again, is to screen out some of these larger rocks, because they really do just kind of get in the way. Pretty nice classifier, huh? Bought it for $1 at the dollar store. You can see there's a whole bunch of waste rock there that's just kind of nothing. And we'll make sure that all of that gets out. Okay, so usually when I'm looking for sapphires, I actually use a magnifying glass and a plate underneath a bright light, but that makes it more difficult to film. I looked at my last sapphire video and it was like, oh, that was not good. So I'm gonna try this instead, see if we can find anything. Yes. This is a great thing to do in the winter time when there's snow on the ground and you can't hunt for rocks. It really makes it relaxing to just sit in front of the gravel and go through it piece by piece. What you're looking for here are glassy pieces that have a little bit of color to them. This one might just be quartz. It's hard to tell. It has a little bit of inclusions in it, so my guess is that it's probably just quartz. We'll put it over there. I could use a pair of jeweler's glasses for this. My bifocals just don't quite work, and my eyes don't quite focus, so I'm kind of relying on the shininess of it to be able to find it. Now, if you were trying to do this quickly, what you need to do is swirl it in the stream or in some water, and swirl it around and around and around, and then the sapphires, because they're heavier than everything else, end up on the bottom. So when you flip it over, the sapphires are there. But I kind of like to just go through the individual pieces of gravel one at a time, see what I find. That might actually be a garnet. Ah! Finally, we have uncovered treasure. Aren't they pretty? I just love finding sapphires. It is really just colored quartz, right? Corundum. It's not quartz, it's corundum. But there's something so special about discovering this gemstone right in the middle of a bunch of gravel. And yeah, it makes me feel pretty good. Okay, I almost always go over the gravel twice, but I won't put you through that. I found that I generally miss something the first time around. And so it always helps to go through again. And so I'll leave this on the table here, and I will collect my goodies. Looks like we have definite sapphire. We have probably quartz, but pretty cool. And we have possibly garnet weathered. All of them are going inside with me. This is our third and final stop for the day. This is a soapstone quarry right outside of Dillon, Montana. My hope is that the trucks will have dropped soapstone along the road. Holy cow! Look at the size of this place. If I can't find soapstone on the road, there's something very wrong. I don't think this is soapstone. I think it's some kind of mica or something like that. It looks like it's got layers in it. This looks like a nice one. I think I'll take this one instead. It's even got dendrites on it. How cool is that? Hey everybody, it's Kate from KatyDid, and we are back at the soapstone mine, the talc mine here on Sweetwater Road near Dillon, Montana. We had kind of a quick stop the last time, so we just are kind of we're revisiting it, gonna see if we can find some more nice soapstone, and then we're going to go see if we can find some garnets, because I actually got a screen. This is pretty. It's like a quartz crystal. Very nice. As you can see, it snowed a little bit, and so now the landscape has been transformed into wintertime look instead of late summer, early fall. Here's a nice piece where you can really see the green. When this is polished up, it looks just like jade, and yet it has the softest on the Mohs hardness scale that you will ever see. It has a hardness of 1. How's this for a quartz crystal? Look at that druzy. So pretty. It's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining, the smoke is basically gone because of the cold front that moved through, and I feel really good. So apparently soapstone is used for all kinds of industrial purposes. It's used in rubber, in plastics, to make talcum powder, obviously. It's really something that is in our everyday lives, and we don't really think too much about it. But this is where it comes from, and this is what it looks like in its natural state. I think it's pretty spectacularly awesome. Some of this appears to have been laid down in layers, and I think that the layers are actually softer and harder, so that would probably be more difficult to carve as well. Just so many interesting rocks just sitting on the side of the road here. See how shiny that one is? Just thought I'd show you some of the soapstone that I dragged home from the roadside. My plan, I think, is to cut it into slabs, to cut some of it into slabs, and make it available for people to buy on the Etsy store. Because I think it would be really fun to be able to kind of DIY something like a necklace or something like that. So. This is Kate from KatyDid. Keep on doing. If you'd like to support this channel financially, visit my Etsy store. The link is in the description and on the end page. It's KatyDidRocks on Etsy. I also have a Patreon page. The links are in the description. Yeah, that's about it. GoPro, stop recording.
Really fun.